Okay, so I would have liked to have, done something in my hair, but like I've said in a video or so before, that really isn't it's not the point of this right now. Okay, that part will come later. Um, but I'm just practicing because I really do want to start giving some type of speeches or something. Um, eventually about some of the things I've overcome and been through. I know I don't want to drag nobody's name. I don't want to embarrass nobody. I don't want. It's not that type of situation. It doesn't even have to necessarily be spoken like I've been through it. That's why I have another way of how I'm going to display it. But I did do a little bit of a podcast at one point. I've done some YouTubes. It was just to get my feet wet with how to talk on like when asked to versus it being just a regular conversation. The thing I noticed is when I'm nonchalantly having a conversation, that's when you can really get some information from me when it comes to you know, finding out some pretty knowledgeable things that are helpful in life, health, whatever. But when it comes to oh, put me on the spot about it, it's just not gonna happen. So, I try to come on here when I am really emotional about something or something just moves me. That type of situation. Like, I really, because what it is that lately, not lately, I've always been the kind of person where I've been emotional. But it wasn't a bad emotional. Like, I don't try to do anything violent to anybody or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I might say some interesting shit when I'm upset. But when it comes to like, you know, how I deal with things ultimately, like when I actually act on things, it's usually not a horrible outcome. Um, However, I respond. I don't start anything, I respond. I don't even like to start a dialogue. I rather respond. So that's why it gets this way when I'm just trying to start the conversation. But I do want to start um, podcasting these lessons and testimonies. I also want to then turn it into a short series. Not a short series, but a series, like a web series or what have you. And I have a way I'm going to promote it. I have a way that I can help the people that are involved in it to get credits and things of that nature and then start their own projects. I also want to include it in my consulting business for artists and entrepreneurs. Like, I literally an entire platform prepared. So it's kind of frustrating because the person that can really, I mean, I can explain it to people, but I got to kind of be there throughout that. And sometimes people catch on and they kind of self start their own portion of it. And I'm not mad at that. And sometimes I speak about things that I'm upset about, and those people might feel as though I'm speaking towards them. I'm not mad at that, yo. That's not what I'm upset about at all, actually. I'm not upset if you use something that you learned from someone else. Take me out the equation. Think about what I'm saying. Why would I hate on, because that's what it would be. Why would I hate on you for using something that you learned to be something that could be applicable for your life as well? If God didn't want you to prosper in that area, He won't allow you to. If He meant for only me to be fruitful in that area, then He's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Also, nothing that I think of is an original because how? I mean, yeah, things are created along the way and stuff like that happens, but I mean, it's still always from something. You know what I'm saying? Like that song by Megan Thee Stallion. Um, I'd rather be a bitch. Like, I like old school music a lot too, right? So I was listening to that because I really do like that song too. And I realized, I'm like, that reminds me of another song that I really like by somebody, by Bootsy Collins. I'd rather be with you. Like, that's a snippet from that. But does anybody notice that? You know what I'm saying? Because they twist it around so much, but it's really not that twisted. You see what I mean? So I like art, and I know that in the art world that happens. Um, Sometimes I get a little upset because you know it depends on what's going on. Like right now, I need the ends for that. I need the ends for my craft and my and being innovative and things like that. I need that. You know what I mean? So right now it's a little bit stressful. But if it was at a time where I was still eating, you know what I'm saying, I would feel probably a little bit different about that. I would still want something from it. No, I'm not no idiot with business. Feel what I'm saying? So I would still expect some. But at the same time, I wouldn't be like, oh, I need something. No, no. How's your growth going? You need me to market? You got enough clients? What kind of quality are you providing for them? No, I'm going to help you get the money because I'm going to get my cut. No, we're going to get the contract up in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how I move. I'm not about to mess your shit. For what? You're running it. Good. Start it up. Get it going. I'm about to come in there and make sure you got it really going. That way, when my cut start get, because you can't give me a cut from nothing, right? Exactly. See, I'm a good businesswoman. I'm not about to ruin your, but I know some people that will. You feel what I'm saying? That's terrible. That's how one of mine got messed up because somebody felt like I wasn't, but didn't realize that, wait a minute, in order for me to start this shit, I had to drop some money, didn't I? I got to make that first before I could even look at you. How would that even work? You see what I mean? But anyway, this person knew better. They were being a hater. Okay. That's why I had to correct myself in the conversation I was just having. Like, I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to not prosper. I didn't share that with you because I didn't think that you would. I kind of shared it with you because I thought you might take a piece of it and do something with it. It was something about you that reminded me of that. That's why I explained it. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, however, someone that can see that somebody that helped them need assistance, right? Now, it might not mean that you need to give them money. You might need the goddamn money. That's why you ain't giving it up. Okay? Ain't nobody, calm down. But at the same time, you might know a resource. You might know, and honestly, that's a better thing to give sometimes. You might you might have an idea. Listen, that's how you might have got started because somebody else's idea. Remember what we're talking about here? See what I mean? See how that goes? So don't always think it's about money. It's not always about that. Sometimes it's just being considerate. Like, yo, I did notice that. Thanks. Like, you don't got to say it in front of everybody. You might need to pull that person aside. But sometimes people need a little something to go on too. You know what I mean? So, hold on.